Hey guys, so quick update. My SD card latch, I think it's called, broke somehow. Um, Now, what I'm gonna do to try and fix this is currently, basically what's happening is that the SD card, if I engage it like this, it won't latch into the SD card slot. Because that little pin right there, that little thing that moves, I'm not sure if you can see that pin. Kind of bent itself or something like that. So this thing is like a little latch. So what I did was just pry it open and then move this little piece of metal to the side. And then this little latch right there is what locks the SD card into place. So currently what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down with just a little bit of force on that little metal. And at the same time, I'm going to push the SD card with my finger there. Let's see if I can get okay, so what I'm trying to do is to get it to lock itself into there. I have to drop you down for a second. Okay. So hopefully you can get this, but prying that little thing, that little piece of metal right there, just like pressing down on that. On that tiny piece of metal right there, like pressing down just a little bit on it, and then inserting your SD card will engage the locking mechanism from there. And then now the SD card's pushed in, and you can actually remove it. But what I'm going to do, because I can't seem to fix it, I already tried everything I can. Now that it's locked into place, so I'm taking the SD card out. I have my glue gun out ready. It's a glue gun. I'm going to try and glue that little spot into place, because the SD card still works. The SD card slot still works. It just won't latch. But if you use it like that, and press it in, but not all the way in, otherwise you'll disengage the locking mechanism and the card will pop out, and then you have to do it all over again. If you enter the card just like this all the way in, but without pushing it all the way in, it will still read it and you can still print. So this is going to be like a fix if you don't want to remove the whole thing. I'm pretty sure if I move that around a little bit more, I can probably get it to lock again. But the last time I inserted this SD card, I kind of felt like something broke inside. So I'm going to glue that in and hopefully I don't damage something else. But here, I'm going to put you down and glue it in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Just glued in that little tab right there. I'm gonna put my SD card back in just to make sure it's not blocked or something. And yeah, there it goes. See, it's in. All right, so I'm gonna put this back together. I'm just gonna try to remember not to press down on this because it might still disengage the lock, and then you have to take the cover all over again and then push it into place, and then it's gonna be a whole mess. I'm gonna try and remember not to do that, but this actually is firm enough, so it's not gonna fall off while printing, unless you have a really loose SD micro SD card slot, in which case you might want to just get that replaced. I talked to the seller, but I don't think this is gonna cover. It's gonna be covered by the warranty, so I'm gonna just do this because I can't really not print, you know. But I'm gonna put this back together, and hopefully it still works. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's see if it works or not. So this is the SD card I always use. Media inserted. And boom, there we go. There's the SD card. Now again, you can't push it all the way in. You kind of just like fish it out with your fingernails. But yeah, I think that beats having to either trash the board or solder on and unsolder the old piece and solder in a new one, which is it looks like a lot of work, to be honest. But yeah, there's a fix. It's kind of janky at most, but I guess it'll work. So hopefully this will last a while. The SD card insertion, SD card removed, inserted, removed, taking out and in. So yeah, it seems to be working just fine. So hope y'all enjoyed. Thumbs up for that RGB fan. Looks pretty good. And I don't take responsibility if you break your board, by the way. So do this on your own risk. And have a great day. Bye.